Hello.
Hello.
I am most likely to never solve an unsolved mystery simply because I'm too fucking lazy. Hello, I'm Shayzilla.
I'm spending way too much time diving into obscure mysteries, watching every single detail about them. I'm Melissa Morbid.
And this is the
And we're
Goths
the
Next
Goths
Door.
Next
Is it
Door.
we're the Goths
Is
Next
it
Door?
this?
This is
This
the
is.
Goths.
This
This is
is.
we
I
are.
can learn
Who
that.
are we? What is this? This is what we are. Whoa. What?
It's
Mm.
it's all of the above, but we can pick just one and I'll stick with that and stop saying the wrong one.
I don't know. We're going to figure it out next time. But hello, welcome to everyone.
Hi
Thank you for
guys.
joining us. We are doing Unsolved Mysteries tonight, and just like last week, we are giving a prize giveaway. So everybody who types
Yes.
in the chat will be entered into the giveaway. So make sure you're typing throughout. Melissa is going to be taking a note of people's names. So make sure you chat away so your name can show up, and we're going to be giving away some goodies. And it's free. Free means no money.
Yes. And
Yeah.
if you have not started chatting yet and you're about to chat, if you want to make it like real obvious, like, hey, I want to be in the giveaway,
I want to
like,
be in the fucking
scream at me a
giveaway.
little in the chat to make sure I get your name. Yes, like
Yeah, like
Sarah.
Sarah strikes again by saying, "How
Also love
exciting!"
that username.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Sarah Strikes, that's pretty
Oh, look,
badass.
Dan the man. Oh my god, I have a cat named Dan the man, or a
Dan.
dog. Oh my god. Yes, super. Oh, thank you. We're super excited about our makeup. I was just telling Melissa that she looks so gorgeous with this black hair. Like she should be
Thank
rocking black hair
you.
all the time. I mean, not permanently. Don't
Y'all
dye
are
your
so
hair, but
sweet. I wanted to so bad in middle school. I asked my mom, I think every other day, and she was like, "No, it'll never be the same. No, it'll never be the same. No, it'll never be the same." And I was like, "Please, let it be black."
yeah, That's and then parents just. My mom told me no, 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 and then I mean, bada
Yeah.
bing, bada boom. But it's okay. I gave
And now
her.
you have this gorgeous, magical pink hair
Yeah,
of
I gave her a
wonder.
grandbaby she wanted, so I think we're even. Yeah,
Oh
it
my
does make her
gosh.
look mysterious. She looks very mysterious,
Ooh,
and
thank
she
you.
and it gives you. Do you feel more mysterious?
I
Because
actually, I
Gothic
do
Luna
feel
says it
more
makes you feel
mysterious.
that way too. Yeah, hell yeah. Um,
Powerful.
I love it. Okay. Melissa, what have you been up to this week? Like, what's
We
new?
have been coming up with so many great ideas for future streams, guests. We've just been like a brainstorming machine. I feel like our brains have just been on fire. We've had
Mm-hmm.
so many ideas between Shay and I coming up with more cool things we want to bring you guys and Patreon and the podcast. Other than that, it's not live yet, so I can't share it. I'm waiting to get approved, but I started my own Redbubble shop. It's a strike right now. Us actors need to make money. So that's been fun, like some like tote bags or whatever that. But again, I can't even share them because they have to get approved, and they said it could be at least 5 days, so could
Hi,
be a
Breezy
while.
Lane. Well, I hope it's
Ooh,
like
thank you. Let
two
me grab
days.
Breezy. But that was pretty fun. I just get excited about creating stuff. Like I want to do some for the Goths Next Door. I do have a funny story about this necklace though. The gem fell out right when I was walking. So no gem now, but we'll flip it over and I'll deal with that later. I'll fix it later.
I feel like you could probably. This might sound weird, but if you like mixed glitter and hot glue
Ooh,
in there,
yes.
or just like what is that kind of like E6000? Like if you
The
squeezed
resin?
it in there, like the really heavy glue,
Yeah.
and like mixed it with like resin or like resin. I just didn't want you to put resin chemicals near your delicate face because it's beautiful and it's probably very a lot to breathe.
Yeah, I'll do it outside.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any of that stuff, but I'll have to find some glue. I'm sure that'll be easy at like Michael's or
Hmm.
Joann's. But yeah, Gothic Luna, I'm sorry to hear about the Saturn, but a blue owl is adorable too. I love that. Do you guys remember that there's like that whole um thing about owls being aliens?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. From the fifth
Scared one of
kind.
our college friends
Oh my
so
God.
much.
It is
So
terrifying.
owls always make me think of aliens and make me smile.
Well, that was based on a true thing, Melissa. That was real footage they used in that movie. That's why it was so terrifying, is because they were using real footage.
Oh, that
Oh, we're
has
gonna
me
have to do we're gonna have to do an
excited.
episode. Okay, we might do that episode next week. Is talk about that, just all that. Yeah, owls obviously aren't fucking real. Birds aren't fucking real.
They're so wild
The
to look
government is
at. Oh,
listening to me.
but what about you, beautiful? What was your week like?
I'm trying to buy a house, so like I think like that's happened. Signed a lot of stuff. I had other people read it before I signed it because
So smart.
I trust other people with this shit. I was like, listen, I started decompartmentalize. I was like, you know what? I can do the packing and the lifting, and I'm been like getting real buff and stuff. Not real buff, but I'm losing my mommy arms, which is I don't know what mom arms part. I'm getting fit, lifting boxes, sweating my fucking ass off, like sweat everywhere, sweat dripping out of your elbow, which you didn't think would happen,
Oh,
sweat just boiling up under your boobs. Just never wear a bra outside. Never. I don't.
it's just a
There's. Why
swamp.
would you ever wear a bra outside? Just let it go. Let everything go. Yeah. So
That
it's been very
is so
hot and
intense.
just like brutally dying outside. But I picked out paint swatches. Justin wants to go with like a deep blue tealish kind, but more on the blue side, and I want to go more on the green side with the teal. So we're having some disagreement, but like a really deep dark color for like a dark academia. And I know I want one wall totally black because I'm going to make it into a cathedral
Yes.
wall because there's giant windows. So I'm going to put stained glass decals at the top because I can't fucking afford stained glass to replace stained glass windows right now. So I'm gonna put the
The
decals up, but it's
decals
like
look just as good.
vaulted ceiling, so it's up real high, so you can't really tell anyway. I picked out some on Etsy that I really like that someone handmade. So put that up. Paint the whole house. Got to pick out carpets. Basically, like I am my own HGTV machine right now, and I'm loving it. But it's also like a
Yes.
lot of pressure, but like also like the medication I'm on like makes me like not really feel things, and I'm in like power mode. So that's fun. I'm like, get this fucking shit done.
I can't wait for the HG takeover of your TikTok when you're at the house and like the before and afters of everything. It's
Fuck
gonna be
yeah.
so good.
I'm going to be filming a lot of it and taking a lot of videos and sharing a lot of it, obviously, on our Patreon and for people who subscribe to my Instagram, for sure. Absolutely. And you're going to come
Congrats
visit.
on your
Oh,
apartment
congrats.
approval. Let's
Love to see
go.
it. Love to see it.
Oop, I missed Zombie Gur. If you're a new chatter, let me know because we are doing a giveaway.
Yeah, all you
So
have to
I
do is
got you,
chat one time.
Zombie.
Chat one time, and Melissa will add you to the list. She's queen. She knows. She's the mistress of the typing. I don't know. That's not a
And y'all will
keys.
notice now there are new emotes and we
Mm-hmm.
now have channel points. I wasn't really sure with, how fast they'll be accruing. So if it seems like any of the things are like ridiculous, you're like, man, you'd have to watch you guys for 5.5 years straight to achieve that. Let me know. Um, I wasn't just wasn't entirely sure about how fast they accrue. So we'll see. Yes, there's a new one. Aren't those
Ah,
cute
cute.
little
I
vampires?
love
Oh, we've
that.
got Shandy B. Did I already get Shandy? No, amazing. Let me get you Shandy.
Shantae.
And Shay's
Shantae.
emo is still waiting to be approved. So if Twitch could just
That's okay. I'm too sexy
accelerate
for
that
them. I'm
process,
too
we would
sexy.
be delighted. Breezy, no, I do have you. Okay, perfect.
And just reminder announcements before we get into our unsolved mysteries. I'm starting production on our shirts tomorrow. They should start production tomorrow. So I've already been writing down people who have been like noting that they are seriously interested in the shirts and like sizes they want, so I can get accurate sizes. So we're going to have the shirts available for $20 plus shipping, for just a plain black shirt with the logo. It's the logo with the star. Or if you want it to be custom, where we're going to like distress it and put bleach on it, and I'm going to stitch stuff on it, safety pins, like just really customize it. And we take requests for customization. So if you like crop it or don't take off the sleeves, like we will listen to what you got to say. And then those ones will be $30. And either way, if you order it, it comes with lots of extra goodies. We're just going to stuff it full of other kind of treats. So yeah, we're going to have to I'm going to do some sample custom shirts and stuff. So I will have samples of those soon.
I don't know.
Girl.
I'd have to see if I could find like the tutorial I use. It's been so many years, but when I did Halloween Horror Nights,
Hello, Wicked Valentine.
The Alice Cooper house, we each got our shirts for our house, and then we all like cut them up. So I cut mine into a skull design in the back. That would be really cool, but I can't. It's been like, way too long.
Melissa will be the one who does that one because Shay won't be cutting. Shay's not talented enough for that. I'll let you know right here, right now.
A lot.
All right, y'all. You ready?
Did I get her? Yes. Okay.
And Wicked Valentine.
Yes. Thank you all for being patient with me, double checking everything.
Of course.
Just want to make sure we don't miss anyone.
We want to get everybody. We're inclusive. All right, who's ready to get into some unsolved mysteries?
Yes.
Wah, 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 wah. Sorry, that was my attempt.
Shay even has a presentation.
I made a presentation.
A slideshow.
Can you see it, Melissa?
Unfortunately, no, but that is all right.
Bring up the stream on your phone. I can
feel it.
So this one is starting with Princess Diana.
Oh. And this is what we're starting.
This is what we're starting with. And I would like to preface this. I got all of these from listverse.com. It is a website that does top 10 lists. There's a man named Jamie Frater. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's amazing. He created this website. This is where I get so much of my information or like little tidbits that I learned. So I like to read from here. So this is what I'm sharing for you.
I can't believe Princess Di's up first.
Right? Wait, let me take a sip of water. I'm sorry. I feel like pressure now. Lubricate. Okay. I am starting off the list with Diana, Princess of Wales, as her death is typically considered to be lacking any mystery. However, many theories have been touted over time to suggest that there may have been more to the events leading up to her being killed in a car wreck. Additionally, the scandal around Prince Andrew and his ties to arguably murdered pedophile Jeffrey Epstein has reopened the debate around whether the royal family may be involved from time to time in the sordid business of wet work. On August 31st, 1997, it was announced that Princess Diana had been in a car accident, mortally wounding her and her lover, Dodi Frade. I think I pronounced that right, along with a security guard, Henry Paul. The accident was the result of an attempt to escape the invasive eye of the mainstream media. Her death sent shockwaves around the world, and more than 30 million people tuned in to watch the official broadcast of her funeral. And then the theories began to appear. Did Diana really... Oh my gosh, thank you, Shandy. Thank you for gifting subs. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then the theories began to appear. Did Diana really die in an accident, or was she killed at the request of the royal family to prevent her marriage to Dodi Frade, or from converting to Islam, as there had been indications that she was considering it? Boom. That's a big one. Mm-hmm. It was revealed in 1999. Ooh. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you so much.
I
It was
tried to say thank you, not NKU. I'm sorry. I can't see what I'm typing. I'm very sorry about that. It should say thank you.
It was revealed in 1999 due to a FOIA request in the United States that Princess Diana had been under 24-hour secret surveillance by the NSA. The reasons for the surveillance and more than 1,000 pages of data on the princess remain under lock and key to this day. Additionally, scandalous conversations involving Princess Diana that were leaked to the media were recorded by the GCHQ, an element of the British service. These facts and a 1993 letter that Princess Diana wrote to her butler stating she believed His Royal Highness Prince Charles intended to have her killed do not help dismay the theories that very important people may have had a hand in the ultimate demise of the future king's mother. Perhaps we shall never know where Princess Diana was murdered, or whether she was truly just a victim of rabid media. This was written a while ago because he is the king now.
What they didn't mention too is
Oh, wait.
that
No,
in
future
that
king,
letter where she said, I think they're going to kill me. She says
a car
in a
accident, right?
car accident.
Mm-hmm.
She
Fragment in a
literally
car
says
accident or
that.
something.
And this is a confirmed personal letter from her. It is so wild. Like, what else do we need?
Mm-hmm. All right.
So
Next.
sad.
So this is someone we might not be familiar with, but it's still very interesting. This is the lost heiress, Dorothy Arnold. Once upon a time, celebrity didn't involve the silver screen because there wasn't one. In those days, celebrities were royals or wealthy businessmen like Daddy Warbucks and Annie, or socialites like the it girls of their day. It was this world in 1885 that heiress Dorothy Arnold was born. Dorothy's father was a wealthy perfume importer, and her aunt was married to a Supreme Court justice, and the Arnold family descended from passengers on the Mayflower, which is about as close as it gets to being royal in the Americas. Basically, that's pretty shitty. Living a life of wealthy privilege left Dorothy bored, so upon graduating from college with a degree in literature, she began to attempt a writing career, which led to many rejection letters and little else. On the morning of December 12, 1910, Dorothy went dress shopping with the equivalent of $800 in today's currency in her purse. She purchased a box of chocolates and briefly met and chatted with an old friend on the street. That friend was the last person to see Dorothy Arnold alive. She vanished into thin air. Oop, I got tickled in my eye. News of her disappearance caused a media frenzy, much like the JonBenet Ramsey case in our own time. Rewards were offered, lakes were dredged, and private detectives were sent around the world seeking information. Two mysterious clues emerged. One was a simple letter stating, "I'm safe," in Dorothy's handwriting, and the other was a claim made by a jeweler in San Francisco who said he engraved a wedding ring for her with the inscription, "To AJA from ERB." Both clues were dismissed as inconsequential for reasons unknown, and very soon after, the police called off the investigation, stating that no evidence existed of a crime having been committed. She could have just walked away. She could have just been like, "Nah, I'm tight. I just don't want to be here." For many years, the story was headline making, and many theories were positioned for Dorothy's whereabouts. The first, though ultimately dismissed and unproven, came from a convict who's claimed to have taken Dorothy's body from the home of a doctor in New York and buried it, presumably to conceal her death by illegal abortion. Oh. But perhaps the most believable is that the family's lawyer, who, upon the death of Dorothy's mother, stated that he had always believed Dorothy killed herself due to her failed writing career. Oh. Well, either way, either one is very sad. Oh, my eye.
So sad.
So this next one, there is a massive trigger warning because it is a very graphic image. We can show it on TikTok, but just so everybody knows, it's a woman who had been kept in captivity for a very long time. But it's a very old photograph. But just so you know. Okay. This is Who Saved Blanche Monnier. Ah! She looks terrifying. I'm so sorry.
Are we about to see it?
Yeah, it should be on the screen soon. For you.
Let me see.
Ugh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. On the 23rd of May in 1901, the Attorney General of Paris received an anonymous note which read, Monsieur Attorney General, I have the honor to inform you of an exceptionally serious occurrence. I speak of a spinster who is locked up in Madame Monnier's house, half starved, and living on a putrid litter for the past 25 years. In a word, in her own filth. The Attorney General issued an order for the police to investigate the matter. One of the policemen arriving upon the scene described what he found. The unfortunate woman was lying completely naked in a rotted straw mattress. All around her formed a sort of crust made from excrement, fragments of meat, vegetables, fish, and rotted bread. We also saw oyster shells and bugs running across Mademoiselle Monnier's bed. The air was so unbreathable, the odor given off by the room was so rank that it was impossible for us to stay any longer to proceed with our investigation. It turns out that Blanche Monnier, a wealthy aristocratic woman from Poitiers, France, had decided to marry a common lawyer, and, fearful of the scandal it would cause in the public eye, her mother locked her up in a small room to prevent the marriage. The wealthy mother and her son announced that Blanche was dead. Blanche was dead. Oh my God. And the world was none the wiser until the mysterious letter arrived with the attorney 25 years later. In the meantime, the lawyer had died, but Monnier's mother and brother remained. The news caused an outcry, and the mob gathered outside the home. 15 days later, Blanche's mother died, but her brother was put on trial. He was convicted, but the conviction was overturned on the appeal as he was deemed mentally incapable of knowing he had a responsibility to rescue his sister. Sure. Monnier suffered from numerous mental disorders as a consequence of her captivity, including anorexia, exhibition, and chorophilia. She was incarcerated in a mental hospital until her death in 1913, a celebrity more for her horrific captivity than her position as a socialite and heiress. The mystery of who wrote that letter that exposed the hideous crime remains unsolved. That's so sad. English is hard to make.
Oh my gosh.
I mostly just need to. There we go.
Poor woman.
Right? That's awful. This one's like still sad, but less. This is a child. This is the disappearance of Joe Pitchler. Joe Pitchler was a child actor who was best known for his roles in Beethoven movies, the ones about the dog named Beethoven, and stints in various TV series in the late 1990s and early 2000s. After establishing himself as a Hollywood actor with a promising future, his parents felt he would be better served, at least for the time being, returning home to complete high school. He moved back to his hometown of Vermont, Washington in 2003 and graduated from high school 2 years later. His intention was to return to Hollywood the following year, once his dental braces were removed. And then he vanished. On the night of the 9th of January 2006, Joe's car was found with all of his belongings intact, except his wallet and car keys. He had also uncharacteristically left his home unlocked with all of the lights on. Poetry found in the car suggests that Pitchler was down in the dumps, but no significant evidence was found to support the case that he was suicidal. Police suspected that he may have jumped from a nearby bridge, but sniffer dogs found no trace of him there or any indication that he had been walking there recently. Strangely, the parents accused the police of not actively trying to investigate the case, as no fingerprints were taken, and the case remains open.
That's so shady. The amount of times law enforcement has been proven to be in on something, paid off, bribed, whatever, etc.
Mm-hmm.
The fact they didn't take any fingerprints, and they're just like, we'll just leave this one unsolved.
Yeah, no, fuck that. This next one, there's not gonna be many people in the chat who know these people, but I'll read it anyway. Most loved for his, it's Bob Crane bludgeoned. Most loved for his role as Hogan in Hogan's Heroes, Bob Crane had an unusual hobby. He liked to film and photograph his sexual activities. It was while filming Hogan's Heroes that he was introduced to John Carpenter, an electronic salesman who helped Crane with his video machinery. The two would prowl bars for new women to video in their sex sessions. Ooh. On June 29th, 1978, Crane's corpse was found in his apartment by a co-star from a show he was currently engaged in. He had been bludgeoned to death, and an electric cable was tied around his neck. The murder weapon was never identified. Carpenter immediately became the chief suspect due to his recent falling out with Crane that had led to the end of their friendship. Carpenter's car was searched, and blood smears were found matching Crane's blood type. No more accurate testing was available in those days. A 1990 re-examination of the evidence uncovering a photo showing what appeared to be a piece of brain in the car interior, but no physical evidence was found. How is that not physical evidence? Okay. The photograph, however, was sufficient to get a judge to allow the reopening of the case and a DNA test of the blood. It was inconclusive. In 2016, further DNA testing was used on the remaining samples of Carpenter's car. 2 sequences resulted, one from an unknown male, and the other too damaged for a conclusive match. Right after his death, Carpenter denied any involvement in the case.
Ooh.
Ooh. That's Unsolved Mystery. So this is Agatha Christie's memory lost. Another sip of water.
Ooh, you guys gotta tell us at the end. We want to hear, if you feel comfortable sharing the stories. We want to know.
Mm-hmm. What could be more fitting for, arguably, the greatest writer of mystery novels than to find herself at the center of a true-life mystery of her own? At 9:30 p.m. on the night of December 3rd, 1926, Agatha Christie's husband admitted to an affair with another woman and asked for a divorce. Agatha, after saying goodnight to her younger daughter, drove off into the night, not to be seen again for 11 days. Her vanishing sparked a nationwide manhunt, with over 1,000 policemen being put on the case. Christie was 36 years old and already an acclaimed writer. The genre of her writing and mysterious nature of the disappearance prompted the police to drag other luminaries of mystery writing into the world. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Dorothy L. Sayers, into the investigation in hopes that their skills might be of assistance to investigators. A fanatic spiritualist, Doyle gave one of Christie's gloves to a medium, though it offered up no leads. But then Agatha's car was found abandoned on the edge of a steep chalk cliff. The hunt for Miss Christie continued unabated, with 15,000 volunteers joining the search and airplanes being called in to surveil the countryside around the car. And then, unexpectedly, Agatha was found sojourning in an elegant hotel in fashionable Harrogate under a false name of Mrs. Teresa Neal, the same surname as her husband's mistress. Ballsy! She just went and checked into some place and just checked in without the last name. Christie had no recollection of the previous 11 days and, until her death, refused to speak of them. It went unmentioned in her autobiography. Logic would suggest that Christie fled after bad news of her husband's affair, but even so, her memory loss, which was medically verified, is inexplicable. Ultimately, she gave her husband the divorce he wanted, and, in her own words, after illness came sorrow, despair, heartbreak. There's no need to dwell on it. Damn.
Some of these are
crazy,
so shady.
You know what I was thinking of the whole time? There's a Doctor Who episode. There's a Agatha Christie Doctor Who episode, and they talk about this. Oh, this next one's real sad. And I feel like I know what happened. If you guys aren't familiar, this is Natalie Wood. And Natalie Wood's watery death. Natalie Wood was a beautiful and talented actress who had been mentioned on a number of times on Listverse in the past, so she's all over this website. She's always propping up on things. Shortly after Thanksgiving in 1981, Natalie and her husband, Robert Wagner, famed from the television program Heart to Heart, and Christopher Walken, everyone who knows who fucking Christopher Walken, famed for his character in Pulp Fiction, whom she was working with on a film, went sailing to Catalina Island for the weekend. Allegedly, Wood tried to either leave the yacht or secure a dinghy that was banging against the hull when she accidentally slipped and fell overboard and drowned. Later, it was discovered a witness nearby heard calls for help at around midnight. She said the cries lasted for about 15 minutes and were answered by someone else who said, "Take it easy, we'll be over to get you." It was laid back, the witness recalled. There was no urgency or immediacy. An investigation by Los Angeles County Coroner Thomas Nogan resulted in an official verdict of accidental drowning. Nogan concluded Wood had drunk several glasses of wine and was intoxicated when she died. There were marks and bruises on her body, but they could have been received as the result of her fall. People thought little of the case until the yacht's captain, Dennis Davern, published a book in 2008 which suggested that the accident came close on the heels of a fight with Wagner. And then, in 2011, the police unexpectedly reopened the case. Most recently, the coroner changed the official cause of death from drowning to drowning and other undetermined factors. Is there something more to the case that has been uncovered by the police since 2011? It would appear so, but because of 2018, the police officially named Robert Wagner as a person of interest in the case. I would call out fucking Christopher Walken. I'd be like, get your ass down here. She's dead. This motherfucker's been making movies all these years. That's crazy.
I forgot he was involved with this. I thought it was a different actor for some reason.
I know. That's fucking crazy. There's going to be another graphic warning. It's an image of a body in grass, and then she's covered up by a blanket. But I do want to tell people it is a body covered by a blanket in grass. I'm letting you know what it looks like now. If you don't want to look at it, just put your phone down. You can listen. Elizabeth Short's vampiric murder, the Black Dahlia. The Black Dahlia was once the greatest Hollywood mystery, but the infamy of the case has diminished slightly in recent years due to some new developments. But before we talk about that, here's the summary of the story. In 1947, the body of 22-year-old Elizabeth Short was found drained of blood and cleaved in two in a parking lot in Los Angeles. Until her identity was known, she was nicknamed Black Dahlia as a play on the then-current movie The Blue Dahlia. The reason for her death and the perpetrator remain unknown, though her tale is certainly one of the most discussed of all Hollywood mysteries. Movies, books, scantling top 10 lists and other kinds of stuff like that. She's all over this website. And other media formats have told the story and will certainly go down in the annals of, looks like it says anal, annals of history as one of the most deeply disturbing unsolved mysteries. The latest breakthrough in this case in the recent statements of Buzz Williams, the son of one of the now dead police officers who investigated the case. Mr. Williams said that Leslie Dillon, a bellhop and one-time mortician's assistant, murdered Short at the request of a Hollywood mogul obsessed with her. Dillon even contacted the police anonymously at the time of the crimes to make inquiries as into their progress. We will most likely never know solve this mystery, but there is no denying that the passage of time does not make it any less fascinating. I have two more. And then
I feel like there was a bunch of corruption with that one too. I just can't remember it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. In this next one, I'm sure we all know her. It's our girl, Miss Brittany Murphy, and her Black Death.
Brittany.
In 2009, rising star of the film world, Brittany first of all, rising star. She was already an A-lister. She'd been working since Clueless. Died at the age of 32 of pneumonia. An autopsy revealed that she was full of flu medication. Her death was a shock, and the result of the autopsy couldn't explain why a woman of her age and otherwise excellent health would die like she did. Then, in a shocking coincidence, 5 weeks later, her boyfriend, Simon Monjack, aged 40, also died of pneumonia. Their deaths occurred in the same house, so people began to point fingers at black mold as a potential cause of death, though no evidence was put forth that proves that it could be the culprit. Brittany's father believed she was poisoned by the CIA for being an outspoken supporter of the whistleblower Julia Davis, who in 2004 leaked information showing that the Department of Homeland Security was not properly vetting visa requests from terrorist nations. Davis's home had been raided by 27 armed agents, a U.S. Marshal, and a Black Hawk helicopter. Murphy's phone was wiretapped, according to her father. That's probably all bullshit. Her father ordered a toxicology report to be done independently of the official autopsy, and the results found 10 heavy metals consistent with death by rat poison. What did kill Brittany Murphy and her boyfriend? Was it just excess moisture leading to a dank, unsafe home? Or was it part of a massive cover-up or government incompetence? Sad. And you want to know something extra crazy about her death? You know who lived in her home right before her and moved out thinking because she was like, there's something wrong about this space. I can't live here. I don't like it. I have to move out. A different Britney. Britney fucking Spears.
No.
Britney fucking Spears lived in that house right before her. Mm-hmm.
That's, once again, most of these were all so shady.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way it was mold. I'm just
right?
sorry. There's just no way.
Yeah. Fucking crazy. All right. So this is my last one before we get to go over to Melissa, and I can give my voice a rest. All right. And we have Dallas Debbie disappears. So I'm sure
Dallas Debbie?
some people might not know Dallas Debbie, but Debbie does Dallas. What 80s schoolboy didn't see or at least hear of Debbie Does Dallas, the 1978 film by Jim Buckley? It was lauded on as one of the truly great blue movies from what is now known as the golden age of porn, 1969 to 1984. To this day, the picture remains one of the number one best-known adult films in history. But what people most know about this is Debbie disappeared without a trace. Furthermore, no one even knows who Debbie actually was. The actress playing the title role went by the stage name Bambi Woods, It was common in those days for porn stars to keep their real identity secret, as much of the industry was operated outside of the law, and there was considerable influence from the mafia. I mean, they still called them porn stars. We don't even refer to them as that now. That's what they refer to them then. So it was a whole different world. Woods took up pornographic acting in order to pay debts she owed. Debbie Does Dallas is the only porn film she starred in. For 2 years, Woods made appearances in public and lived a fairly extravagant and exotic life amongst the jet-set life of New York clubs Studio 54 and Plato's Retreat. And then, just like that, she vanished. Lurid rumors arose that she had died of a brutal death of a drug overdose. A 2005 documentary, Debbie Does Dallas Uncovered, claimed to have found and interviewed the real Bambi Woods alive and well in Iowa, keeping her passed safely and securely in the past. But then in 2007, a woman claiming to be Woods disputed via email virtually every claim in the documentary except that of the wanting to maintain her private life. Was one of the women real Bambi Woods, or did Debbie die doing drugs?
I feel like if it had been a drug overdose, we would have gotten the body, but that doesn't mean she wasn't murdered or something nefarious.
If she got a drug overdose at like a party that she wasn't supposed to be with, they would just dispose of her body, and then maybe it just was never found.
That's true. I for sure, like, I don't know. I feel like the fact that there were multiple people saying that they were her makes me question that, like, this sounds like people who want attention. There's so many people who pretend to be people on the internet.
It reminds me of, like, Anastasia shit.
Anastasia.
Everyone's like, it's me, I'm Anastasia. All right.
And apparently she was, like, fully
She's
murdered.
Dead. She was murdered. They found her
Anastasia
body.
Was totally murdered. There's no magic. Her in Paris with her grandma.
They found her body fairly recently. Are you ready for yours? I just threw photos in here, so I'm just going to go through as you go. I gathered as many as I could.
All right, friends.
Melissa's
I'm sure a lot of you guys know this one already, but I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. I should have looked at how to pronounce it. I've watched so much about this, but I just can't remember the pronunciation. The Dyatlov Pass incident. So if you're not familiar, buckle up. Pull your chair up close to the fire. Get something warm or cool to drink, depending on something flew in my nose.
Debbie does drugs. Going right up your nose.
Anyway, I'm so sorry about that. All right. Then if you are familiar, sit with me. Maybe there's a theory that you haven't heard before, or maybe there's a detail that you haven't heard before. Yes, you're buckled. We love it. Ooh, our first channel point redemption.
Oh my
God, yay! Yes. And thank you. Stretching is always nice. We love a stretch break.
Oh, are we both supposed to
Hope everybody's stretched at home too. It feels good. Just a little. Yes. Ooh, we gotta hydrate one. Always so important. Cheers to hydration. Thank you. Kava Kitty, hello. Let me add you to our wheel of potential giveaway winners before I
Kava Kitty's here now. Hi, baby.
Kava Kitty. Kava Kitty.
We're trying to be regular with the Tuesdays, but we do need to be better about the announcing. That's our bad. We are going to get better. We're going to get more regular. Get better about announcing when we're live.
Oh,
we'll get better at it. Or, I mean, like, posting it and stuff.
We need... if Twitter would let us, we would have it in advance, like... Every week we would have it already done, but Twitter doesn't let you do that. Anyway,
I'm going to find one that's not too expensive that we can do.
All right. So, this took place in the winter of 1959. and there was a group of 9 very skilled hikers. Keep that in mind when you're listening to this story. These are very experienced hikers who are experienced with extreme conditions. They have a lot of experience with that. This is what they do. They live, breathe, eat this stuff. So they are all about hiking. Keep that in mind. It was led by Igor Dyatlov, and they embarked on a daring expedition into the Ural Mountains of Russia. These seasoned adventurers had undertaken numerous hikes before. They had demonstrated their expertise time and time again. They can handle challenging terrain, harsh weather conditions. However, what unfolded during this particular excursion would go down in history as the perplexing Dyatlov Pass incident. And there have been some newer theories recently, but we'll get to those at the end. As the group ventured deeper into the wilderness, they established a campsite near the slopes of Kyholotsaikil. I'm very sorry if I'm pronouncing these wrong. I don't speak Russian. A mountainous region known for its extreme cold and inhospitable environment. It was here on the night of February 1st that an inexplicable sequence of events would unravel, forever changing this mystery.
Nope.
The chilling events of that night began with sudden and puzzling abandonment of their tent. Remember, this is in the winter in Russia. The winter in Russia. This is not like summertime fun. Why would you leave your tent in the middle of the night?
Why would they
Let
be
me
doing this in
continue.
February?
Right. This is how extreme they are. They're like,
Good
yeah, like
posture check. You're right.
the photos, if you see there, look at that photo, they're so happy, they're like, we love this, like this, they live for this.
No.
So they randomly abandoned their tent. The hikers, seemingly gripped by an overwhelming sense of urgency and terror, they slashed their way out from the inside. There's important detail number one: they cut their way out. They left behind all of their possessions, including their warm clothing,
Mm-hmm.
in the winter in Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and their supplies. So they have no supplies, they have no warm clothes, nothing. So they fled into sub zero temperatures with nothing more than undergarments.
Does not make
I
sense.
mean, that's kind of a good party for some people sometimes, but not in these conditions.
Sounds
All
like they
right.
got a spoopy thing. Sounds like they got a spoopy thing.
Rescuers eventually discovered their campsite, and the mystery just got deeper, y'all. The hikers' lifeless bodies were found scattered over a wide area, each telling a different grim tale of struggle and survival. And the nature of their injuries was particularly confusing, and it's very graphic. So, what I'm going to be describing could be very disturbing or upsetting. Just a heads up, this is gnarly stuff. So,
Oh no, it's gonna be
I'll give you two
gnarly.
seconds to do what you need to do. All right. Hopefully, if you're here with us now, you're ready
Get
to be
tissue and
disturbed.
stuff it into your butt so when you shit yourself, it's already there. That's
Yes.
not good.
Ooh, another hydrate.
Oh, hydrate.
All right. I had to switch cups. I have my second cup ready. The fanny is ready. I'm weak. Oh, Glitter Kitten. I don't know if I have you on the wheel. Let me put you on the wheel. On the wheel. All right. Thank you. Okay. So here we go. Here's how the bodies were found. Butt cheeks are clenched. I cannot. She's like, oh, she's making diamonds. Okay, I'm sorry. The nature of their injuries, we're talking broken bones, fractured skulls, internal trauma that the official medical examiner said had to be a force beyond the scope of the natural world. Like, the internal trauma was so severe that a human couldn't have done it to them, a bear couldn't have done it to them. It is literally stronger than that. But they didn't have a ton of like markings on the outside. A lot of this was just severe internal damage without like obvious markings on the outside. So something like an avalanche, that would have been all these markings from them getting hit by trees, rocks, all that sort of stuff, they would have had visible issues on the outside as well as the inside. But no, it was mostly all on the inside, other than a few more gruesome details we'll get to in a minute. This is very exciting. Now, some people try to say that, oh, everything is a little bit this, but not like this. Traces of radioactive material were detected on some of the hikers' clothing.
What?
Aliens.
Here's the picture
Aliens.
of their tent all dismembered. Oh, Justin's
Yeah,
FaceTiming
that
me.
what experienced hikers would do that and cut themselves out in the middle of the night and not grab their so it's definitely owls.
It's Goths Next Door night.
Yes.
It's
So
Me and Love Me wrote that.
they were radioactive. Reports from local witnesses spoke of peculiar lights were seen in the sky around the time of the incident, adding an otherworldly dimension to the mystery. So not only were some of the clothes radioactive, locals in the area saw peculiar lights in the sky. So we're talking military or we're talking aliens here.
Definitely
For
aliens. With
sure.
radioactivity, that makes me think aliens.
It's woo, woo. All right.
Ooh.
So, over the year, a multitude of theories have come out.
I'm showing the bodies now for the record.
Oh, we've
They're
got a
pretty bad.
new friend.
Warning!
Hello.
Graphic images coming ahead.
Everything about this is just graphic
Bullet
and awful.
discipline. And also,
Bullet,
did you
you've
get
been
Red
added
Death?
to the wheel.
Did you get Red Death
Red
earlier?
Death?
I wasn't
Yes.
sure earlier. Okay, cool. We're just adding
Thank
everyone
you.
so that we can be added to the wheel so we can do the giveaway. Okay.
The wheel of
Graphic images ahead, and Melissa doing spookies. Go. Continue spookies.
Everything is horrifying here.
Everything's horrifying.
So, people have thought it could be military experimentation, avalanches, encounters with cryptids, extraterrestrials, but nothing has really stuck. But let's go over some key details that really make it bizarre. So we already went over where it happened, when it happened. All 9 of them died. There was one guy, though, I forgot to mention this, who had started the journey with them in the very beginning, and then he was like, not feeling so good. I'm gonna tap out, and was like, I'll see you guys back.
Did he ever get back?
Imagine being that guy. Oh, my lipstick
Did he
just
make
did
it
the
back?
thing. Yes.
Oh.
Totally fine when nobody else was. Ooh, hello, Booze Hound. What's
He
up?
is frozen. He died.
Sorry, my lipstick did the thing where it all comes off if you touch your lips together. All right, Booze Hound, let me add you to the wheel. So that guy, totally fine. He was totally fine. Imagine, like, all your friends, your best pals, and you're like, oh, I'm so bummed I'm missing out on this camping trip. But next time, guys, and then these horrible deaths. Anyway, I'm so sorry. Okay. So, again, they tore through their tent from the inside. So this suggests that they were very panicked when they escaped. Then they were not thinking. Same with the fact that they were barefoot. They didn't even have time to put on shoes or cloaks or anything, despite the fact it was sub-zero. Several of the hikers had severe injuries, including broken ribs, fractured skulls. Several hikers were found with their eyes and tongue missing.
Some Blair Witch shit.
Again, how is that an avalanche?
Thank you for the bits, Al. Yeah, did they rip open their tent with their bare feet? Like, how did that work?
I think they, right?
Like, how did that work?
Their toenails might have been long enough. Maybe they're like me. Oh my god. Wish I was kidding. The knife, I think they used a knife. But okay, so the injuries, according to the medical examiner, were listed as caused by an unexplained external force that is greater than anything nature has. Also, many of the bodies were found in unusual and contorted positions, which makes us all wonder, how did they get there?
Oh, thank you,
Why does it look like that? Thank you. The background radiation is really strange. They had some journal entries and the journal entries suddenly stopped on the night of the incident, with the last entries hinting at an unknown and impending danger. That right there. How are they going to say it's like an avalanche or wind or some of these other theories that we'll get into that are totally ridiculous when they wrote a journal entry the night before of a impending doom? Like, ooh, this took place in Russia. Another thing that where I sourced my information from, they forgot to mention the natives in this area had said that this mountain was not a place to go. Side note. So
They're
these
like,
Russian
don't go here.
hikers
And they're
should have
like, okay.
definitely listened to the native people, and they did not. So some people saw those mysterious lights, which make people wonder, why would there be mysterious lights over that area on the same night that all this happened? So that makes people think military or extraterrestrials. When it first happened, at the time it was in the Soviet Union, the Soviet authorities initially kept much of the incident under wraps. They
Of
did
course
not
they did.
talk much about it. There's a bunch of shadiness with the medical report and in the investigation. There were flaws in the initial investigation. It had no transparency. It was not thorough at all. And this really made speculation go wild. Some experts speculate it was an avalanche that could have triggered the group's panic and injuries. But again, why would they have written about doom like the night before? If they thought there was an avalanche, they would have moved campsites. They wouldn't be like, oh, there's an avalanche coming, but we're going to stay
Mm-hmm.
here and just. No, if they could have sensed that, like the impending doom, that's not an avalanche.
Right.
Um, so the official cause for death is listed as an unknown compelling force.
Okay.
Completely not
I'm compelled.
not helpful at all. Um, the tongue disappearance. Yuri Krivoniskenko was found with a missing tongue. People are wondering whether he had bitten it off in agony or if something else had occurred. Well, we would know that if they had done a thorough investigation, because if it had been inside his stomach, we would have known.
Yeah.
But they didn't do a thorough
No,
investigation.
they did not.
The search for the hikers was also delayed significantly, so a lot of the evidence was covered by snow. So there could have been so many other clues that we'll never know about now, like footprints, if there had been military involvement, or if there had been extraterrestrial footprints, something like that. And it seems mighty convenient that they just happened to wait on this
Mm-hmm.
investigation until
Mm-hmm.
it just gets covered
Mm-hmm.
in snow. And then they're like, now we'll go rescue them.
Some bullshit.
Like, uneven shoe distribution. Most of them left behind their shoes. Again, that's very strange. Also, supposedly, some reports say that there were unidentified figures seen near the hikers' tents by other hikers in the area. I'd be so curious to look through their photos and see
Like, what are these things?
if there was anything in the background. And the fact that they see these unidentified figures, something's happening.
It's scary.
Again, they were extremely highly skilled. They were mountaineers. Like, these are not like hiking like in LA where we're like, we're gonna go to Runyon Canyon. No, like these people are mountaineers. So it's very strange they would have made so many irrational choices. So some people say it could be a Yeti. Um, the lack of a definitive explanation has really got people thinking the military or extraterrestrial involved. Apparently, it's become a tourist attraction.
Oh, of course it does.
People are visiting there, which seems distasteful and stupid to me and disrespectful to the native people who
Ireland.
are telling you
Hi.
not to go. Oh, Ireland, Dally Lad, hello.
Hi.
Let me add you to the wheel of giveaways.
Yeah, we're doing a giveaway, so everybody who joins and chats, you get added to a giveaway, and then we're going to draw the winner at the end.
In addition to Yuri's missing tongue, another victim, Ludmila Dubinina, was found without her eyes.
Hmm.
And some theories have said, oh, maybe it was like an animal scavenging, but they just happened to leave literally
Everything
everything
else.
else, but remove her eyes perfectly. Sure. It's amazing. Some of the victims were found wearing each other's clothing, not even wearing their own clothes. So weird. We are talking about the Dyatlov Pass incident, where the 9 hikers in 1959 in Russia went on a hike in the winter and met their unfortunate demise in a horrible way in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
the night in the winter. So the KGB was so secretive about this, and they redacted tons of information, classified so much. So a lot of people think that they're involved. Um, People who are racist think that the native Mansi people would be involved, but I think that's people being racist,
Yeah, what the
in
fuck?
my
No.
opinion. They literally warned, they were like, this mountain, we don't fuck with this mountain, and y'all went and fucked with it. So some people think it was a weapons testing with the Soviet military, which caused unusual atmospheric phenomena and contributed to them panicking. This is the one that now they are believing the most. And this one came out recently, and they are truly believing this. Like, this is the one they're like, this is it. We did it, guys. GG's all around. Like, all the guys are just shaking each other's hands, like, we did it. And ridiculous with all of the details we just went over. Remember, missing eyeballs, and the extreme trauma to the inside of the body without matching external trauma. They're saying that unusual wind patterns
Nope.
or so-called infrasound affected the group's mental state, causing irrational behavior and contributing to their deaths. They're saying that the way the wind blows in this pass creates a frequency that makes us go like, and then tear out of our tent, wear each other's clothes, not think, have our eyes ripped out, our tongue ripped out, have broken bones, no shoes, all of this. They are
Because
saying
of the
it's the
wind.
wind.
The wind. That's some fucking wind. That's some fucking wind.
Talk about like they're just so desperate to be like anything but you guys knowing
Anything
about
about
aliens or
aliens.
the military. Like,
Wind.
think about it. And them writing about it the night before, wouldn't they have said the wind sounds very eerie and annoying and it's actually making my skin crawl and I want to punch people? Like, that would have been in the journals. There was nothing about like, oh, the wind. Um, some people think they stumbled upon a secret weapons testing site, which would explain some of the radiation. A Russian Yeti attack would explain the extreme injuries and the panic and the journal the night before. I don't think weapons testing really covers that. I maybe if they, but I feel like again, if they saw they were coming up on a secret
Yeah,
military
no.
test, wouldn't you not camp there?
No, yeah, no.
Um, they're saying there's an involvement with the Urla's meteorological service. There are theories suggesting that the local meteorological service is in on the incident, perhaps due to a failed experiment. Now that may sound wild, but if you look it up, there are scientists who have created different machines that can affect the weather in a small capacity, like in an area, a small area, not like the whole world, but they have that. So that could be a fascinating thing. But again, how are they all beat up? I No, it doesn't. No, I don't believe that. Never mind. Some people
Horrifying.
think they may have encountered a time anomaly, a wormhole that led to their demise. We know nothing about those things, so maybe wormholes do cause extreme damage or something, or maybe there was something on the other side of the portal.
I would
That'd
believe
be
a wormhole
fascinating.
over the fucking wind.
Wind. And that's like the one that everyone's like, oh, thank God.
No.
That
Oh, the
mystery's
wind.
solved. Like, let me clock out for the day. You're like, really? Like, did you ask ChatGPT to solve it? And that's what they came up with? Like,
The
I
fucking
can't.
wind.
Again, the fact that it's a cursed area, local legends and myths, natives in the area saying it's literally cursed, don't go there. Um, Some people are saying they had a strange psychic phenomenon. Again, how did they get their injuries? That does not work. Cold War espionage. People think that the hikers may have accidentally come across a covert operation. Could be possible, but again, why the journal entry? The journal entry really kind of gets rid of those sorts of things. You're like, if they knew they had done that, wouldn't they have left? I don't know. Attacks by criminals, fascinating, but again, they said that the damage done to them could not have been done by a person. And
Mm-hmm.
for a person to have you have severe internal injuries, it would be like being hit with a bat, right? So you would have bruises. It wouldn't be just that your insides are
Could it?
jello and the outside looks fine.
Here's a really dumb question. Could they possibly not bruise because of the conditions, like because it's so cold?
I haven't seen that read, but there weren't like cuts, bruises. It was just like I'm not
Like being
sure.
hit with a lot of snow would be kind of like being hit by the phone book, and you hit someone with the phone book when you really want to fuck them up without leaving a bruise. Not that I know that.
She doesn't know that.
I saw it in The Sopranos.
I've never seen that.
Justin watches it.
Again, they're saying a shared psychological episode. I don't buy that for even 1 second. So the wind, I'll get into this a little deeper for you. They're saying this infrasound can be generated by wind passing over mountain ridges, which creates a low frequency vibration in the atmosphere. These vibrations are below the threshold of human hearing, but can be detected on the body. Some studies suggest that exposure to strong infrasound waves can induce feelings of unease, anxiety,
I actually
and
kind
even
of believe that.
hallucinations
I kind of
in
slightly
extreme
believe the
cases.
wind like that. That makes me slightly believe the wind. Like, because I
But what
do
about the
remember
eyes and the tongue and the internal damage and the radiation?
scooping out your own eyeballs, biting off your own tongue. They didn't properly investigate to
Oh,
find the stuff. But I could see like where certain frequencies would drive people absolutely insane, and then maybe they grabbed each other's different clothes, trying to put on their clothes to get out. Didn't bother with their shoes or anything because they were just running. Or aliens.
the radioactivity part and the fact that lights were seen above the area is really fascinating. But according to this theory, they're saying that they sent the tent in a location where the wind patterns in the terrain created infrasound resonance and really amplified all the effects. And in extreme cases, the effects can lead to irrational behavior and panic. Um, it can also cause physical discomfort, including nausea, dizziness, difficulty breathing.
Oop, stretched.
Um, and since it is below the threshold of human hearing, they may not have recognized any distinct sound. Instead, they would just experience the physiological and psychological effects.
That's crazy.
Other factors, they might have been exhausted. It is a remote and isolating environment. There are extreme weather
Me.
conditions, but there is no definitive evidence for this. Like, no one has gone there to prove and test. Like, let's see if I feel like, wouldn't we just do that immediately? Go there,
You would
put your
think.
scientist camp there, and they go, is that sound happening or not? Is the infrasound happening? Yes or no? Like, and they didn't, and they reopened this investigation within the last few years,
You won't
and
go
they
into
didn't do
forests in
that.
Ireland? Can you not go into forests in Ireland? Because I was going to just go visit Ireland and literally just go walking around the forest. Would a fae really take me?
Ooh,
Wait, we had
I think
someone from
there's
Ireland here.
certain
Where was
I
that?
think
That
there's
Irish
like
person.
certain ways to not fall for the fae, right? I got really bad food poisoning in Ireland.
Well, I will have you know that the way Shay is spelled Shae means in Gaelic from the fairy forest. So maybe if I walked up, they'd be like, "Oh, you're allowed in." It's
That's the
bad luck
most
to go into the
beautiful
forest.
name
It's bad
meaning.
luck. Why can you not go in the forest? Why is it bad luck?
Your mom picked the best
I
name.
have so many questions. Why is it bad luck to go into the forest?
Hellas. This is an interesting theory with the avalanche. Some people think that there was a radioactive event with the avalanche, so they were exposed to radioactive gases with the avalanche somehow. I'm not sure how it would be a radioactive avalanche, but that's a conspiracy theory. Fireball lightning, some people think that they might have encountered a rare and unusual atmospheric phenomenon such as fireball lightning, which can produce loud noises, bright lights, strong electrical discharges, which could have made them panic. A natural gas release, they're thinking it could be methane gas that was coming out. Hypothermia and delirium, that doesn't seem likely because they had experience with this and their tent was well set up.
So needless to say, there's like a mazillion theories that people have, but none of it adds up.
The absence of a clear resolution continues to make this past incident one of the most captivating and enduring mysteries of the 20th century.
Boom. They're never going to solve that. They're literally never going to solve it.
No. And honestly, all that we've gotten from it is only what the KGB and the Soviet government at the time wanted us to know. So who knows how many other details or photos or things there are that could very clearly explain it that we just will never have access to. Oh, you're welcome. We did have some people in the chat say that their towns had unsolved mysteries. If you guys are still in chat, can you share them real quick? Also, if you're watching right now and you want to be on the giveaway list, wheel, you should chat right now if you haven't already before it is too late. And then we spin the wheel. And then you'll just have to come back next week.
Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Ugh, that was creepy. Ooh, let me grab some things to show off.
Hello, Winnie Lou. Let me add you to the wheel. We've got a big list. Let me go over it right now so everyone, you can make sure that I didn't miss you. So we've got Gothic Luna, Josie the Vampire, Goth Bunny 6696, Joshua Balls, Roth 5th 42, Sarah Strikes Again, Dan the Man, Breezy Lane 87, Zombie Girl, Sandy B, Goth Girl Harto, Wicked Valentine, Red Death, Kava Kitty, we got Glitter Kitten, Bullet Discipline, Booze Hound, Dally Lad, and Winnie Lou. Did I miss anyone? Hydrate.
Messed my butt. Ooh, hydrate.
Grimly Reaper, hello, love. I don't believe so. Let me get ya. Ooh, and Carter, let me get ya. Is that based off of Agent Carter?
We have this bumper sticker, eyeliner darker than my soul. It's only $10, free shipping. We have this. We update all of our prices on things. This says, we do not have any more I Love Goth bitches.
Oh, we don't?
No, we haven't in a long time. Unfortunately. Those sold out fast. And then we have this Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss Gastrointestinal Problems. Oh, yeah, we that window cling that Melissa's holding. It's upside down, but it's cute.
It is? Oh, my gosh.
I was like, is it? Yeah. And then this is brand new. Da-da-da-da. This is just a round sticker. We're going to be using a lot of these for giveaways and other stuff, but these are only, I think, $5. And then this, It's Giving Goth. So it's $5.
So cute.
And then I have these ones of my own on the side if you want them. So all of those are available. I put them on our story today. It's a story highlight on our Instagram of how to get them. So all of everything we send out also comes with goodies and extra things stuffed in there. So anything you order, you get like handwritten thank you cards and like extra stuff in there. So it's always worth it.
Do we have any pins left?
Oh yeah, we have lots of pins.
Pay
pins are free. Pens are free. You just have to pay shipping. It's $10 domestically, $20 internationally for a pin. I just mailed one out today. It should be expected to arrive Friday.
Abastia, I just got you added.
Should we go ahead and
Ooh.
and
And
do it?
Shellin, I'll get you added. All right, we'll do a countdown. If you haven't chatted by the time we count down, then we're running the wheel, and that was your chance until next week, my
Oh,
beautiful
Sammy
people.
IG, are you just getting here just in time?
Yes, you got here just in time. All right, let's count down from 10, and then when we're done saying 10, if you haven't chatted, that's it.
Okay. 10,
10,
9,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
stretch
4,
more.
3, 2,
What?
1. Oh, you got in just in time. Wow, at the last second. All right, I'll add you, but it is closed now. Astra, you are the last one, or Astara, I'm sorry, you are the last one. Okay, now there's no way for me to share it with you, right? Or can I go live on the Discord, or it won't let me share?
Can you send Can you send me a link?
Embed wheel, that would be it, right?
Yeah. Send me that on Discord. On the Goths Next Door one, because that's the one I'm logged into over here.
Okay, let's see if this works.
If you just give me like the URL, I can import it as a browser source.
My Discord's being so slow. Sorry guys, we just want you to see it if you can. Come on, Discord. Oh my gosh. It's literally not opening. Is there any other way I can DM you right now? Like on Twitch? Perhaps?
Oh yeah,
I can
Twitch.
Whisper you.
Whoa.
Goths Next Door. See if that works.
Whisper. Oh, I don't know if it will, because it says no. Unless they're doing home pizza Asian burgers. It didn't give me the full thing. It only gave me like a shortened URL.
Oh, let me try again. After I click that button, this will. Yeah, now that's so. I think you need all of this to be able to see it. I don't know how you'll be able to use this. Look at that. Oh my god, I just put it in the chat. Well, yeah. Everyone can see the wheel. It worked! Yes, if you click that, you can see the wheel.
Okay, oh, okay, well then, oh, that doesn't count. No one click that. I am gonna click hopefully.
Oh my god.
Let me bring this up on the screen. I'll bring it over here. Okay, and then, oh yeah, there we go. Let me just delete that. Yes.
Yes.
I'll just make this
all
real
right.
big real quick. It's not very glorious, but here it is. Here she is in all her glory. Shandy
yes!
B. It's Shandy
and we can see it. Shandy.
Congratulations, Shandy.
Yes.
Shandy B, if you don't mind. Yes, Shandy B. Yes, honey. For you. If you don't mind either, probably on our Twitter is probably the easiest way if you can DM us your mailing address, so like your first name or your name and then your full mailing address, street name, zip code, all that. And then we'll send you some goodies. Thank you. That was so exciting.
Yay, giveaway. And don't fret if you didn't win this week. We're doing these all the time. Yep. So when you come back at our next stream, I won't be here next week, but the following week I'll be back. I don't know if Shay's
I'm thinking I'm probably going to be back, but I'm going to maybe bring Dahlia, my friend Dahlia.
Yes.
Back. I'll see if she's
So
available.
Keep coming back, guys. There'll be more giveaways. It's just 1 week for work. My work training is extreme. And in the extreme heat, it's going to be highs of 116 degrees where I'm going. So wish me luck.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I will see you next Tuesday, Melissa. I'm gonna let you
Thank you
know.
all for coming. Thanks to everyone
I'll
who
chat with you.
subbed, gave subs, entered the giveaway.
Yeah, thank you. This has been awesome. I feel like each time we've grown, this is more, bigger, 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 bigger. Everything's just growing, growing,
Oh,
growing.
yeah.
It's hectic, and I love it. Remember, stickers are available through our PayPal. The shirts are coming this week. More stuff coming on Patreon soon. We love you all, and we'll see you next
Love
Tuesday.
you.
Bye.